So let we shall start. Om. Om. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Shanti 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 Om Gurubhyo Namaha Om Aim Saraswati Namaha Om Kling Kalikaye Namaha Om Kling Bhadrakali Namaha Om Dum Durgaye Namaha Om Hrim Namah Shivaya Harihi Om Sankaram Sangaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhasakritau Vande Bhagavanto Panaha Panaha Ishvara Guru Atmete Murti Shanti Om Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Shanti 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 Harihi Sivoham 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 Om 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 Ram 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 Ma 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 Om 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 Shanti 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 Om Nam Durgaya Namaha 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 Harihi Om. So let we shall start. Still have some difficulties without stands. Before was very good. So still I not get the stand. I'll get soon the stands. Why happened the pictures? The pictures, why the now is okay. The technology, huh? I'm not very good with the technology. So today we are going to study about Kriya Yoga and the secrets of the Kriya Yoga. Actually, there is many people teaching also Kriya Yoga, but most famous, the Babaji Kriya Yoga. Also, many Swamis are also teaching Kriya Yoga. Even Swami Sivanandji Maharaj, he was a great master in Kriya Yoga, right? And he was initiated to his many disciples as well. So, at the same time, Babaji Kriya Yoga also very familiar with many sadhakas. Even Paramahansa Yogananda, he got also the initiation in the tradition of Babaji as well, in the Lahadi Mahasa, Varanasi. And I have been also getting initiations, although I have been studied Kriya Yoga or Guru Parampara as well. But somehow, Kriya Yoga always the unique techniques. And you supposed to not mix up techniques, the methods with other gurus inside. Then it brings a lot of confusions, a lot of doubts. Then difficult to proceed further. Am I clear that? So, like you study many asanas, sometimes we inject many asanas, many methods. That is good if you can. But Kriya Yoga is not something to mix up. Right? Like you can chant many mantras, but you must do sadhana, the mantra given by the Guru. Right? Similarly, there is many techniques of the Kriya Yoga you can do, practice academically, but you must practice. You must do sadhana, the technique and initiation given by the Guru. And you suppose not have doubts. If you have doubts, their technique does not really work. Similarly, when you study all kind of Brahma Vidya, especially Vedanta, and you must study with the proper gurus, proper masters. One may study the science of Vedanta, college, universities, with many other acharyas. It's only intellectual information you can get, but does not impact your depth level of the consciousness. The person who teach you the Vedanta must have the right samskaraj, must have the right foundations. Am I clear that? Sometimes you can study Vedanta, yoga in the college, university, different acharyas in supermarkets, but there will be no proper DNA, there no proper energy of the consciousness who can inject within yourself. Sometimes we read the books or Google, you have some sickness, you buy some medicine from the medicine store, and you get this medicine to eat yourself. Sometimes you are maybe cured, but generally 99% people are become sick. So we must get the medicine prescribed by the doctor. But doesn't mean sometimes it happens, doctor give medicines, also we eat the medicine, we die. Right? But doesn't mean we supposed not get medicine the prescribed by the doctor. Similarly, certain gurus may be giving the techniques, right? Due to your karma, maybe you have doubts, so you could not be very successful. Similarly, you can reach sometimes the wrong doctors as well. So what I mean, but still, doctor is doctor, right? Master is master. The gurus are the gurus. So similarly, the secrets of the Baba's technique is, you must trust the guru, the master, who initiated you. Otherwise, if you create the ones the doubts, if I create the doubts within itself, on your master, on the techniques, doesn't matter what kind of sadhana you're doing. And if other masters also teach, but never you are going to successful in your sadhana. So Baba's technique in the lineage of Lahadi Maharaj and Varanasi, very much unique techniques, unique, very much unique. Right? So that is very important. Like sometimes you go study Vipassana, if you heard it in the traditional Vipassana Goenka, you always see that if you do Vipassana, don't mix up anything. Then you can have pure experiences. And that time they don't allow chant mantras, any other practice of yoga techniques. You must give 100% to yourself, to believe and trust. This is the important aspect of the Babaji Kriya. This is the secret, unique. Secret means you supposed to have a doubt on the technique, no doubt on the initiation. Very important. This reason, many people practice Kriya Yoga. After initiation, they mix up techniques. They go to also other master, other gurus. They also get the another technique of Kriya Yogas. And you know, if you go 1,000 master teach different as well, right? Like when you study asanas, many people curious study asanas. You can go to 1,000 schools. It may good for your research work, but at the end of the day, you have to decide which asana you have to practice, right? I give sometimes very nice examples. Many examples like that, but it's very simple example. For example, it's very simple. And you not take, it is a question, sorry, it is the example of samsara. For example, you want to have child, right? You want to have child as a man and woman. So what do you do? A man and woman is love each other. But if a woman can love maybe 1,000 men, but however, but only woman can have child with one man, not the 1,000 men. Am I clear that? Similarly, you understand me? This is very simple to understand. This is a medical science. I'm not speaking it is a something rubbish, right? A mother can have child with, maybe she can have 10 men, but generally she will be pregnant by only one man. Am I clear that? This is the science. I'm not speaking something spiritual science. I'm speaking the science, medical science. Similarly, if you want to reach the enlightenments, if you want to reach the enlightenments, end of the day, you may have thousands of gurus, but a Brahmagyan only given by the one guru, where you trust it. And where you have to content. Right? So you need to one guru to trust, where surrender, that contentness, santosham, content, that santosham, the contentness only leads you to the Brahmagyan. As per my experience, to walking the path of spirituality almost 30 years. We study different kind of science. We study different kind of science. Right? In yoga, Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, Prana yoga, many things we study. But Brahmagyan is something which is essentially is important to be free ourselves. We can study any kind of vidyas, any kind of knowledge, but all knowledge has to, you have to put such a order that has to lead you to Brahmagyan. Even in Kriya Yoga you practice, it is a part. It is a part, it's a little part. I already explained some time before, right? Kriya Yoga is not the all total to get Brahmagyan, not possible. But sometimes we think, like we practice only asanas, I can reach the Brahmagyan, I can free from all karmas and becoming free and get Atmagyan, not possible. Similarly, only Kriya Yoga to practice to get Atmagyan, I don't think so. Like you practice pranayama, right? And you think you can get Brahmagyan, no. But it helps in order to walk on the path of Brahmagyan. And the secret of Kriya Yoga is the santosham. Santosh is very important, contentness. What you have already received the technique from a guru with initiation with the Diksha. You may study academic with many teachers. Is for out of your curiosity, out of her intellectual, I'll say, out of intellectual knowledge and so on. Like sometimes I give very nice example. And I used to go also such kind of things. In India, we have very good wedding parties. You have also as well everywhere in the world. And you have special feast, right? Special feast. And sometimes you try the all kind of dishes in the buffet, right? All kind of dishes. I know, out of my curiosity, I also do. But when I come back to home, I become very sick. Very sick. And many people sick. And you see in India, you can get the newspaper, many people die because food poison starts. Many people become sick. Sometimes some people, they never go to marriage party to eat the food. But as we are young, as we have so much greediness of the food by tongue, so we have so much temptations. And we try everything. I remember when I'm child, sometimes my stomach cramps, my mother giving some salt water to drink so that I can be good. And my mother sometimes go to some Baba, some sadhu, they chant some mantras with the salt and sing with some water, then mantra, then I drink. Then I became guru. So similarly, we study many techniques with various teachers, very good. It's nice. Like go to buffet, like do marriage party, you try, everything is nice. But it's very important. You must know what you have to eat. But generally, when you go to marriage party, the buffet, you can't control actually your tongue. That's why in India, as a sadhu, as a monk, one sooner go to marriage party to attend even, not such kind of buffet to attend. So therefore, when I make bandara, special kind of food for the sadhus, we make very systematic food. We don't like make the buffet so much. So we make some systematic, even our own ashrams, we make very systematic food. So that people should not be sick. Very simple. So I personally, in my 30 years in Rishikesh, out of maybe, I did not count it, 7 or 8 marriage party I went, but I was very cautious. Out of 30 years, I was always invited many marriage parties, but I'm living in the local village. But general, no sadhus are going, very specific sadhus sometimes come, very rare. General, no sadhus in Rishikesh that attend any marriage party. By law, as a sannyasin, you're supposed to not go to marriage party. You're supposed to not go to cremating place as well, the two things. If you are invited, you must only go to your disciples, where people respect you. As a guru, then you can give blessings. Like the guru of Lord Rama, but anyway, that in ancient Rishi Parampara, not the sannyas parampara, not the sannyas traditions. So what I mean here about Kriya Yoga, Babaji Kriya Yoga, you must understood about the techniques. For example, you practice one technique, you practice. What do you do? How to close the 9 doors, like ear, eyes, nose, and you breathing in, and you start from the, and doing the part from the Mulabandha. After that, and sometimes you have Mulabandha, you perform, you breathing in, holding the breath, and exhale the right nostril. So you get me what I'm speaking you. So what I mean, but this technique, one of the very most is very important thing, and you have to perform also Sambhavi Mudra, inner Sambhavi Mudra. Mulabandha perform, inner Sambhavi Mudra perform. Also you can do external Kumbhaka as well. Inner Kumbhaka, external Kumbhaka, and performed by the Uddiyana Bandha as well. Where you can perform the Mahabheda Mudra as well. Mahabheda Mudra as well. So what I mean, this is the only technique. There are many techniques also in Baba's Kriya Yoga, especially in Lahadi Mahasaya. Very simple. The Guru who taught me, he was a householder. The day I got initiation, he said, we first respect to sannyasin. He said, as I am Guru, fine, you can do pranam to me, but don't touch my feet, even I am a Guru, master. But I want to touch your feet, you are sannyasin. You see, a Guru also initiated me, then he and touching me as a sannyasin, because as a, in our Indian traditions, as a sannyasin, you are always the higher positions, because that's the renunciations. So what I mean, Kriya Yoga need a lot of renunciations as well, dispassions. So you practice Kriya Yoga to have dispassion, to awaken Kundalini, right? So Kriya Yoga is very, very important. Very, very important. To study, to prepare, like you study asanas, pranayama, mudras, bandhas, karma yoga, and so on. Like Milarepa yesterday I explained you. Milarepa, he did not did asana, prana, mudra, bandha, tantra, mantra, yantra, anything to get the perfection of his sadhanas. No, he did only the seva. Karma yoga, instructed by his guru. and he got all mystic powers. During his karma yoga, during his seva, he already and getting the perfections, getting perfections. And already he got all kind of siddhis. All kind of siddhis. Siddhis are coming only when you trust, when you content, when you trust and content. Not 1 minute, not 1 day, not 2 days. You must trust long sustainability to the Guru, life after life after life. Life after lives. This life, I am very fortunate to have such a Guru in my life. I have many, Vedantic also, the Brahmagyan, but one day you have to trust such a Guru where you can clarify all your doubts. Even I study some asanas with other acharyas. Even I asked my Guru which asana I have to practice for the Brahmacharya. Could you imagine that? When I was 90 and study the sannyas training with my Guru in 91, I asked him which asana. I studied many asanas before with other teachers, acharyas, but I asked my Guru which asana I have to practice for a Brahmacharya. Could you imagine that? Which pranayam to practice? Is very important whom you trust. So I work out in my life. Academic educations are only intellectual informations. It does not give the confidence. So Guru give you confidence. That confidence is called trust. That trust is nothing but love. Dedications. Am I clear? Love and dedications is very important. Today is the day I was not feeling good at all since morning 11 o'clock until now. Nobody tell me anything. But I feel very uncomfortable today. Not very good feelings at all. Sometimes I feel I can sit down and leave my body. Today is the day like that. I was not feeling good at all. But same time, I try to focus and do my sadhanas. Same time, renovation work is going on ashram. A lot of workers, I have to handle them as well. Puja, I have to perform Devi Puja, Navaratri, every day. This year, I have the opportunity now, so I can bath all the goddess, Mother Kali, Lakshmi, Sri Vidya, Tripura Sundaris. And this year in Panchagni time, normally many years in Panchagni time, I never actually perform the all rituals of the Navaratris. But this year opportunity, there was Shiva Puja. She used to taking care of the Navaratris. I was relaxed. I didn't have time for this. Then I used to go to sadhana to start Panchayat. So, but today is the day. It was very difficult day today. Then I check. Then I ask one Ashlu, my planets are not very good today. Something happened in renovations. I was very tough. Then one guy there, he did something. Then somebody, they throw some sands, just go to the eyes of someone. Then I bring that persons and I give some bindis. I was shouting very beginning. Then I invite him. I give some prasadam to him. I give a little money to him. Very special. Out of all words, I call him. And I gave some, treating him so well. I tell him, I'm very sorry for that. But due to you, some other person have some sense coming in the eyes. Anyhow, so what I mean about how you can content and getting out of certain difficulties in your life. Because physically, Guru not all the time will be with you. Right? The physically Guru not all the time. But your trust, your contentness is going to help you how to getting out of all difficulties yourself, all difficulty yourself. Just I try to share with you how we can practice Kriya Yoga. Sometimes you do practice Kriya Yoga, right? But not necessarily always feel good. Not necessarily. You practice asanas, you practice pranayam, you listen lectures. I know one day I give some lectures. Atmananda was so unhappy in the platform. He was so out of stress. He said, I can listen the lecture, I can eat, I can do this and that. He was so much anxious. I would say anxiety. I remember. So not only Atmananda is coming in your life, even the big masters, big gurus, even after enlightenments, it happens in their life as well. Sometimes I ask myself, I am one of the obedient child, near to my father, near to my mother as well. I sometimes can be angry something, I can leave the home, but I never disrespect my father and mother. I can be sometimes angry of myself and never disrespect my gurus, all my acharyas. Never happens. I never use any bad words to them. Never happens in my life. Even all my school lives, I get a lot of the slaps, a lot of hittings. They even slap me, but I never have any bad words to them. Never happens. So what I mean to you is very important. Whatever techniques you practice, techniques are always correct, whatever the given by the gurus. But thing is, you need to have proper environments, proper atmospheres, and also it depends on your social responsibility. As you are living in household life, sometimes we have problems with our husband, with the children, with the wife, with the friends, with the mother, with the father, with the disciple, with the student, many things. Sometimes technique does not help because you need to have proper understandings as well. I say sometimes when you have a lot of fever, don't practice anything. Don't do any pranayam, no asanas, even no mantras as well. When you have a lot of fever, when you are very sick, no. It's simple to do yoga nidra. Lie down, observe the breath, observe the body, witness of your body. Right? So yoga nidra is highly beneficial when you are very sick. Am I clear for you? Because when chanting mantras, you don't have very good proper positiveness. Sometimes when a lot of fever, pranayam not going to help you. Asana not going to help you. Mudra, bandha, nothing going to help you. No kriya yoga even help you. Nothing can help you. But is it help? What can help? You lie down. Observe it, because you have to do something not physical active there. Right? Because your body does not allow you to do anything. Did you experience that sometime? I experienced. I simply can lie down. If I have fever, something, lie down. Only I drink the hot water. Only drink the hot water. Warm water drink and not eating any food, lying down on the bed, putting the blankets. Only observe the breath and body. And you have to witness of your body. And once you are witness of the body, you can witness of the mind. And once you are witness of the mind, so naturally, you are relaxed from the Annamaya Kosha, from the Stula Sari, from the physical body, where the sickness is. Actually, you experience. But of course, sickness does not come in the Annamaya Kosha. Because Annamaya Kosha, this physical body can experience. But it is coming from the depth level of the consciousness. It could be Pranamaya, it could be Manamaya, it could be Vijnanamaya, it could be Anandamaya Kosha as well. Right? We have been studying even Anandamaya Kosha is not the final Kosha where we are experiencing the Samadhi. No, you have to go beyond Anandamaya Kosha. That you have been studying in Vedantic science as well. Right? Atmanand, I think remember. Right? So there are 5 courses. So what I mean here, so we have to work out. Sometimes we practice a lot of techniques, but does not resolve all our difficulties. I remember many things in my life. Most of the time to time, I visit my guru as well. Always remember, physical guru may not possible be tomorrow. So therefore, I try to dispassion, to detachment my guru physically, but by spirit, I'm not. Spirit, I'm very much attachment with my guru. And sometimes I think about my guru, how he helped me in so many obstacles, so many difficulties I face. Sometimes by visions, by meditations, and I sometimes visit physically. But last 2 years, there had no opportunity to visit him physically. Even I still request. So what I mean today about Kriya Yoga, the secrets of the Kriya, what does that mean now? You understand me what I'm speaking today? The obstacles. We practice Kriya Yoga. Sometimes we practice Kriya Yoga. We practice mantras. We follow the gurus. We practice asanas, pranayam. But still, we have a lot of obstacles. We're not getting out of this. And for this, you need the Guru's grace. And that grace is only you can receive when you are. You understand me? Guru's grace only you can receive if you are trust and content, and love and dedication to your master, to your Guru. Then your techniques of the Kriya Yoga is going to work out to, and in order to prepare yourself, have the proper meditations, proper dhyana. Samadhi only one can attain properly if there is the awakening of the viveka. Proper viveka. And that comes by the proper understandings as per the Vedantic and Advaita Vedanta. Although Kriya Yoga is the part of Tantra, Tantra is all about to also surrender. Surrender to the higher divinity. There's many kind of tantras people do. A lot of black magics, a lot of tamasic. I'm speaking very simple things in India. In India, especially, most of the time, many jadugar. You understand jadugar magicians in India? Did you ever join any magicians in India, like street magicians? Many magicians in India, normally they are coming from the caste of Muslims. In India, largely. They have black magic. There is kind of certain kind of spirits. They try to get the siddhi, perfections. And this kind of magician, they can show the money. You want 1,000 notes, they'll get it. You can get lemon, you can get mango, you can anything, you can get it. They show it like a life. But a magician, end of the day, they said, look, if I get such a money, so I'm not in the street to ask you 2 rupees or 1 rupees. They show the 1,000 notes, right? But they ask you for 2 rupees, 1 rupee. What I mean, but there is the siddhis when they get it, get the from masters, whatever the spirits they call. If they use for a selfishness, for example, if they show the 1,000 notes, if they use these notes, then this magic power will be gone forever. They can't get return again. And if they use this, they will be the suffering, many kind of diseases called tamasic. So these magicians always living in the street, and every day they do play and they get some money and fill up the bread, butter, chapati, hand to mouth only. Many magicians, they never reach. They always like begging. Similarly, many Tantra Vidyas. But Tantra Vidya can be tamasic as well. So tamasic Tantra Vidyas are very powerful. Sometimes many people doing masters through the Tantra Vidya, through the black magics. They try to mesmerize him. How say? Mesmerism? Hypnotized?
Yeah, mesmerizing.
Yoga. No, mesmerism, no? Mesmerism, how in English?
Mesmerizing. Hypnotizing. Mesmerizing. Mesmerizing.
Okay. Yeah, okay, right. And that people also dodge. But this kind of guru, this kind of tantric sadhaka, they never can reach Brahmagyan. But it's called tamasic. It's called tamasic tantra. This tamasic tantra, they try to attract it to their disciples. But such a guru never can help to liberations. But sometimes as a disciple, we really ourselves very much vulnerable, right? Vulnerable, innocent. We don't know what a guru is doing. It's called black magics. And most of the time, we are entrapped, such a guru, such a masters. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. And this guru never going to liberate. Neither liberate itself and nor going to help you. But sometimes we are trapped. And these gurus are, they can die very badly. They can have cancer, they can have accidents. They normally, such kind of gurus, they die with the cancers, the sickness. Because this kind of guru, so I give you an example. It was happens. I had the stories, but I don't know how stories. You understand? It happens one time with my guru also. Somebody did some kind of black magic. I had the story. I don't know the real story or not, but I must ask my guru. I never have opportunity to ask my guru. My guru was great master, very young time. But there are some other tantric masters as well. And some people jealous of my guru because my guru is very close to his own guru. My grandmaster had many disciples, many men, many women, many. But my guru is very close to his own guru. So many people were jealous, especially whose people are jealous. The disciple of my grandmasters, they're called spiritual brothers, sisters of my guru. You understand? So what happened? Such a people that try to apply the Tantra Vidya to my guru. You understand? They try to really make problems. I don't know the story. Sometimes they say they won't kill him. But somehow, my grandmaster, means my guru's guru, my master's master, he noticed that. And my grandmaster, you know that, is a great master of the Tantra. Great master. But his Tantra, only not tamasic at all, only sattvic, only pure, only path of liberations. But sometimes the tamasic tantras are very powerful. But the sattvic tantra is more powerful than the tamasic, but with the slow effects. You understand me? It is clear. Like the tamasic energy can be powerful, but the divine energy always pure. Right? The divine always is pure, and pure energy, pure knowledge only can help you to find liberations, Atma Jnana and Brahma Jnana as well. So Kriya Yoga, many people teaching Kriya Yogas. There's many Kriyas, even black magic as well. But Baba's Kriya Yoga, there is no black magics. The Baba's Kriya Yoga is one of the pure techniques. Even Swami Sivanand Maharaj given Kriya Yoga to their disciples. And I've been also studying. So what I mean, you must receive the Kriya Yoga techniques, not in tamasic format, but the pure and sattvic format, right? The sattvics. That help you to enter into dhyana. Maybe certain extent also samadhi, but already, again, I said that. Without proper knowledge of Advaita, very difficult to clarify or viveka, right? The viveka not possible. Awakening of the viveka takes place by proper study, the Brahma Vidya, right? So Tantra Vidya is helping to awaken of the Kundalini. is preparing to lead the perfection of Antarmauna, perfection of Dharana. That leads to the Dhyana. But keep continuity of the Dhyana, you need to have proper knowledge. And that Vedanta is applied. Vedanta. So therefore one need to combine Yoga, Vedanta and Tantra, three things. Am I clear that? So Yoga Vedanta Tantra means Bhakti Yoga, like Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, Prana Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Tantra Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga. You have to combine this. But Jnana Yoga is helping you to the pure of a path of Sattva, pure consciousness that help you in order to attain the transcendental consciousness. End of the day, you see, like Lord Buddha, you have to sit down under the tree with the proper knowledge, with the proper understandings. Many people can sitting under a tree and close the eyes, but doesn't mean everybody going to get Brahma Gyan, right? So I am just giving today is the general speaking about Kriya Yoga, right? Another technique of practice. So that what do you practice? This is nose, eyes. There is nose, eyes, 4 mouth, 5, 6, 7, and anus and sex organs. So this is the 9 door to close. Sambhava Mudra to perform. So your pranic energy is completely ascending to upwards. This Nava Yoni Mudra, or we say Jyoti Mudra, Jyoti Darshan. Most of the time we meditate, we get Jyoti Darshan. The lights, of course, naturally comes because your pranic energy is rising. When you have Jyoti Darshans in your Agyan Chakra, or even the whole body you can experience as a form of lights as well. When you go to subtle bodies. Sometimes when you meditate, I don't know you experience or not, but sometimes you can feel there is no body at all. Like sometimes you find you are getting out of the bodies. When you do fasting, naturally your pranic energy more subtle. Right? When you lie down, even in yoga nidras. Actually, that you experience every day when you go deep sleep. In deep sleep, you can separate from the Jivatma. And there where you enter in the deep sleep, proper sleep. And in Vipassana, we see that free flow of the energy, where we are experiencing the subtle bodies, astral bodies as well. It's not about something intellectual to understand. It is a purely experimental and beyond mind matter phenomena. But at the very beginning, we can experience the material as well. The matter. Whatever you experience, the light, the Jyoti, what is that? Is the perfections of the subtle body, astral body as well. But in higher experience of enlightenments, there are no form, there are no lights, there are no colors. That what we studied yesterday, right? I used to explain the Vairava consciousness is the beyond colors, is the beyond form, right? Beyond form. There are 3 things. What is that? It's a Varna, the colors, the form. Then what else? And the sounds. Sound, the colors, and the form. 3 things to remember. And when you experience any kind of form, any kind of sounds, sometimes we experience in the nadas, many kind of sounds. Sometimes some people, some practitioner yoga sadhakas, kundalini sadhakas, they can listen the sounds within them. They can't listen the sounds from outside at all. It happens. That is also part of awakening. But that is also dangerous. And you must transcend as well. So in your samadhi, in your meditations, if you experience any kind of sound and experience any kind of forms or the light and colors, does mean is enlightenment. No, is not the Vairava consciousness. That word Mother Parvati, the Devi, actual Lord Shiva, is it the super consciousness? The sound, if I experience sounds, I also experience many lights, many colors, right? Many kind of form I experience. I see the god of Shiva, Kali, Durga, the sky, many things. I remember today, I give a nice experience when I went to Mexico. So out of my curiosity, whatever, so I took Abhaska. Atmanand can help me.
Tabasco, something to eat. It's sharp. Tabasco.
In Mexico, they give special medicines.
Medicine.
Sweet and experience. Like to experience. Ayahuasca, something.
Ayahuasca.
Yes.
Yes, ayahuasca.
But when I do it, you see, I sit down. I can see so many things. And I'm a yogi, so let experience. I can, because of the imaginations also, you can feel so ghost. And I just, if I close the eyes, I can see so many things. Then difficult for me to close the eyes. If I don't close the eyes, I am just like moving, like a brain. So similarly, when you go some samadhi, so there are a lot of things coming. I want to also discuss with my guru. I never have time with that. And really, when I'm sit down and close the eyes, I can see so many things. Like a ghost, like it's the spirits. They're moving here and there like that, very speedy. Even in the dreams I do. I can fly inside the trees, inside the forest, and the sky is so high. Sometimes I feel, oh, I can accident on the stone. No, I go to different like that. I experience this. Then what I mean is all and is not about the enlightenments. It is all about the forms. It's kind of certain kind of awakening. But does mean it is enlightenment. It's not the pure consciousness. It's not a Sudha Chaitanya. It's not the final liberations. It's very interesting also. And many people go, some kinds of guru, they put the fingers, he can explain the light and colors. I see the light and colors. It's good. Nothing wrong. But you must go beyond. You must go beyond. And once you have pure consciousness, once you experience the supreme consciousness, once you have Atmajnana Brahmajnana, naturally there is no doubts. I already said you, one time in 97, I was meditating constantly 3 hours in Bodh Gaya, in Vipassana. And even it was daytime, I can see all stars in the night, like stars, like live, like televisions. And I was thinking I am enlightenment in 97. And after finishing these meditations, I went also, some acharyas there. A lady from the NICE is from the original from New Zealand. All European teachers. Then I went to another teacher who is original from London, England. But somehow, so nobody able to, they say we don't have such kind of experience, so we can't give you any answers. So what happened? After finishing my meditation, I remember today, all they went to my guru in Bihar. I went all the way to my guru and asked him in 97 to my guru. Then he was smiling. He said, Samarpan, leave it, go further, leave it. When you know, and you know. I was thinking, I said, Guru, this is enlightenment. I have no enlightenment like this. I was so proud to tell him. And he was smiling. He was smiling. Like sometimes I'm saying, and when you study ABCD, EFGH, and to come to mom, Mama, I study ABCD, EFGH, everything I study, all letters. I don't need to go any more schools. Mom, when I say, my dear child, it's fine, you study ABCD, but there's a long way to go to study. Still, you need to study all sentence, not ABCD until Z. Not A, B, Z until Z, not A to Z, but you need to study also more further. Similarly, so that time my guru was so smiling, so smiling. I was that time I'm enlightenment. So what I mean here, so when you go to guru, whatever you have experienced in your life, you can clarify a lot of doubts to yourself. So don't be pretend yourself. You are the enlightenment and you know yourself. That is the dangerous. Dangerous. That's why Jnanam Bandham. That you study Siva Sutra, right? Jnanam Bandham. The limited knowledge is the dangerous, is the bondage of sufferings, bondage of your karmas. And once we are real enlightenments and real enlightenment. And since that, I never asked my guru about enlightenment. I'm enlightened. I never asked that. Until now, I always go to do namaskaram him, and we have very formal talks, natural things. And sometimes certain things I have experienced, I share with him. And when some acharyas, some gurus in India, I talk about them a little bit. I met this sadhu, that guru, this masters. I always want to clarify with my guru. And I feel fortunate this life, such a great master. And same time, I have been studying proper Brahma Vidyas. Even my guru have no opportunity. I mean, they have certain things. And he always guided me to study Brahma Vidya in Rishikesh, in Kalasastras. And with these blessings, I feel very fortunate that. I feel very fortunate. So, my dear ones, today the general lectures about Kriya Yoga and secrets of Kriya Yoga. So, I just give so many examples today. I hope you get the essence. What the secrets of Kriya Yoga is to trust long sustainability. You need to have trust long time. And it's very important. It is not your culture, but it's the guru disciple culture is universal. It's not culture of Europe today. Atmajnana Brahmajnana is not a culture of Europe or India. Every beings are deserve to get the Atmajnana. Every beings deserve to be free from sufferings, miseries. Every beings need to be happy and peace eternally. And every beings, all beings need to live in the peace and happy and freedom. Right? So, the science of guru and disciple relationships, the science of Brahmajnana and Atmajnana is the universal. Is not only for Indians, is not for Europeans, it is for all beings. That's why we say that Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschi dukhava bhav. May all beings be happy. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. May all beings be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. May all beings free from all kind of sufferings and miseries. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu. May all beings be gently, be tolerant, be kind to others, not to hate each other, be friendly each other. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukhava bhave. May all beings never face any dukhas. And remain friendly each other, love each other, compassionate to each other. So that's the science of Vedantic science. So how we can say that European have know this culture? It was the guru disciple, the culture, it was exist, all civilizations around the world. But today, due to material world, due to tamasic, due to tamas, in around the world, India, only the country kept such a beautiful parampara. Such a beautiful. So India is the only country today preserve the Guru Parampara, Guru and disciple relationships. So please remember that. And like all beings are deserved to be free. And even in this platform today, we are all students from Europe, but you are also deserved. You deserved to receive the knowledge of Atmagyan, Brahmagyan. Right? But today, even many countries around the world, they don't preserve culture, and they are not such a masters even exist today. They will give the Brahmagyan. Such atmospheres are not there. The environment is not there. But India is the country today, they have atmospheres, they have environment. So when you come to India, so find the right masters always, find the right guru always. Who can give the Brahmagyan? Like nowadays, even many Muslims, they're keeping the like ashram name. Brainwash, they're teaching a little bit Hatha Yoga like this, or Kriyas, they're putting the ashram name. They're actually not qualified to give the Brahmagyan. And I can speak openly in this platform in the Zoom, very much openly. So this is called the misguided. I have great respect to all religions, but one should not misguide it to the aspirant of the true spiritual seekers. And if they misguide it, it means already they misguided themselves. Such a, either it doesn't matter which kind of guru they, or what kind of yogi. So they will be suffer such a way, and they never can getting out after 7 lives, such a hell. So therefore, it must be clear. Let follow the right path, the right Brahmagyanis, right Atmagyanis, and with respect to all cultures and religions as well. There is few always there. There is always in the world. So therefore, the spiritual path not very easy. Spiritual path not very easy. All paths are maybe easy, maybe suitable, but especially the path of Brahmagyan, not easy at all. Right? You can study all kind of yogas. Hot yoga, like asanas, pranayama, mudra, with many teachers, many schools in supermarkets. But Brahmagyan, even today, is not available in the supermarkets. Right? Even if people misguided, name of ashrams as well. So, thank you for listening me today. Thanks for your patience. So after these lectures about Brahmagyan, Kriya Yoga, and thinking about gurus, I felt a certain extent comfortable, although it was not a very good day for me. As I say that already, even after Brahmagyan, the atmospheres, the environments, due to many karmas, many sanskaras, so sometimes actually it can have unbalanced as well. Sometimes, because tamasic energy when it comes, so it can live it unbalanced. But if I believe that, trust to the purity, to the that masters who have already more than Brahmagyan, they are going to blessing you even in their subtlest levels. So therefore, let trust to the Parasakti, Lord Shiva, and all Brahmagyanis on the path of Brahma Vidya Paramparas. I am pretty sure, and you can always coming out of all obstacles, all miseries, and you can really rest in peace and happiness in your life. So thank you for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. And today is the 6th day, today the 6th day of the Navaratri. Today is 11, and tomorrow is 12 and 13, so 7 and 8. So 14th will conclude also our ceremony. So let's see if I can put Zoom meetings that day, the live Kanya Pujan, on the, and then I'll do also some live for the Havan. We do 7 and all Satchandi, the 13 chapters. It takes 2-3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, like the live. So I'll make the live telecast for you in the Zoom meetings of the Havanas. Chandi, Chandi part, all. So that is 7 and 13 chapters. Very interesting. If you have time, I'll check that how it's possible for you because you are busy in your work, in your job. So that's going to happen on the 13th, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We'll start it. It could be continue from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I'll fix the time. I like the priest. So if anyone possible to attend, that's fine. So you can be part of that sadhanas of Navaratri. And this is very powerful sadhanas, very powerful sadhanas. Even anyone play the black magic, they have no place. They have to go to hell. Already I know certain people. Now, even currently, somebody I heard, there's somebody playing the black magic with some students, some disciples as well. But I'm not going to all details here today. So anyway, so that I give examples. And even Adiguru Sankaracharya also, he was trapped with the Kapalik, a Tamasic Tantric master, Tantric Guru, Tantric Sadhakas as well. But a great Sankaracharya getting out of that through the help of his disciples as well. So if I really trust in that Supreme Brahman, Supreme Atman, so always that Supreme Consciousness will help you to coming out of such kind of traps. Even Adiguru Sankaracharya, he was trapped of the Kapalik, the Tantric Sadhakas, particular Black Tantra. So Black Tantra always dangerous. So I give certain kind of examples. So out of that, you may understood that. But somehow there was what is her name? I forgot that. Mother Meera. They see that sometimes they ask, there's some tantric and this and that. They have so much tamasi power so strong. Yes, she see that tamasi power is strong actually, is effective. But if her establish already the pure consciousness, pure divine consciousness, that remain will be continue with you. But tamasic power, the tamasic energy, doesn't matter how much powerful, it will be destroyed. Right? It will be destroyed. The result always negative. So let's stay belief in the pure consciousness, that higher divinity in Sattva. So tamasic energy always will be defeated. But takes time. Takes time. Because the divine energy always the eternal. And tamasic energy not eternal. Although it's powerful. But you will face some difficulty as well. Om Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhasakritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Iswara Gururatmete Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyamavadi Vyapta Dehaya Sri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tedase Om Shanti 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 Om Nam Durgaya Namaha Om Nam Durgaya Namaha Om Nam Durgaya Namaha Om Nam Durgaya Namaha Om Nam Durgaya Namaha. Let we shall chant this is the Chandi mantra 7 times with me. Om Aim Hrim Hlim Chamunda Viche Namaha. 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 So let Mother Durga, Mother Parasakti bless us coming out of all kind of bad energy, all kind of negativity. Let's establish. Let Parasakti bless us in order to attain our pure and divinity and to experience our pure love and pure consciousness and enter into kingdom of Shivaloka, the Vairav consciousness. Let destroy all the tamasic energy. Let destroy all negativity and establish in positive and pure energy. I rest in peace. Thank you. May our Gurudev, Swami Sivanand, bless you all. May our all Gurus in our paramparas, until all the way to Brahmagyanis, all the way to the all Brahmanishta Gurus, bless us to enter the kingdom of Brahmaloka. Om, Om.